Hey everybody, this is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is called The Next 30 Days, Love and Abundance. Okay, so we're going to be looking at what is happening for you with love and abundance in the next 30 days. And this is a timeless video. So from whenever you watch this to the next 30 days out, okay? And we will also have an extended reading after this reading where you can click my Vimeo channel in the description box below. And in the extended reading, we'll be asking, where do they see this going? What do they want to see more of in you? And advice from your guides regarding this connection, okay? So we will have extended readings. And additionally, I'm doing something different. At the end of today's reading, we will be having a collective tea leaf reading, which allowed me to drink some fine tea about 10 minutes ago. And the cup is turned over right now, but I'm gonna flip it over when we're ready to do the tea leaf reading. So tea leaf reading is something else that I do from an intuitive perspective. And so I'm happy to share more messages with you regarding the collective with regard to love and abundance. And so look for the timestamp in the description box below for the collective tea leaf reading, so I can see what energies are coming up in the next 30 days for you with regard to that. Okay, so we will do that. And also below in the description box, if you'd like to follow me on TikTok, details below for how to do that. I do more readings and more zodiac based readings on TikTok. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, my details are below for that. And if you would like to book a private reading, details are also below in the description box. So thank you so much, my lovelies. Welcome to your reading. And let's go ahead and get into it. So for pile number one, we have the black tourmaline, okay? This beautiful piece of black tourmaline that I got recently. It's really fortuitous that I got it too. I love it. This I would never give to anyone. I'm keeping this baby. Okay, and then we have the selenite wand here. It's actually kind of a piece of raw selenite. I wouldn't call it a wand necessarily, but I think it's a piece of raw selenite, and it's pretty cool. The texture of it is really, really interesting. It's very raw, okay? And then we have here this beautiful piece of smoky quartz, which I've used on various days to channel messages from the other side. I've used it on Halloween before to ground myself when I'm working directly with spirit. And we're doing like seances and channeling and stuff like that. So this stone has seen, and it fits perfect in my hand too for when I'm doing that. So this stone has, been around the block, so to speak. But those are the stones that I have to choose from: black tourmaline, selenite, raw selenite, and the smoky quartz, pile one, pile two, or pile three. Additionally, my deck Soul Messages will be present in today's reading, my new deck that I just came out with. So thank you so much, everybody, and go ahead and go to the description box to go directly to your pile, okay? So let us begin here with pile number one. And I'm just gonna set the other decks aside here so that we can work into the energy of pile number one. Okay, let's all take a deep breath, right? Clear the energy. So for my pile number ones, welcome to your reading. You chose the black tourmaline. Welcome. And today's reading is called The Next 30 Days, Love and Abundance, what you can expect in the next 30 days, okay? And at the end of today's reading, we will also be having a collective tea leaf reading, which I drank this wonderful cup of tea before the reading, before I started the whole reading today. So we will turn it over at the end, and I'll have a timestamp for that. And you can see the collective reading with the tea leaf. Additionally, we will have an extended reading where you can click below to go to Vimeo, and you can find out where does your person see this going, what they would like to see more of in you, and advice from your guides, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. Spirits, angels, and guides for my beautiful pile number ones, please help me bring through the energy as I look to the next 30 days for my pile number ones, okay? So I was seeing an object as I was communicating with spirit there, pile number one, and I'm seeing like a red object, okay? And I wish I knew more. Maybe I'll get it back, but something about the color red for you guys in the next, maybe some of you are getting a new car or something's happening, but with red. We're gonna find out in your reading and we'll get more information, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. We have the black tourmaline. Maybe some of you are gonna get a surprise. Red is it's a kind of a color of, you know, uplifting, but also surprise. It's like, whoa, that took me by surprise. So let's go ahead and get into it. For pile number one, what is coming for love and abundance in the next 30 days? Okay, we have Aquarius magnet here. So some of you could be getting something new. A new toy is also what I feel like. You know, we are coming up on the holidays. And when I say toy, this could be a new human toy or it could be a new piece of equipment for those of you that are musicians or filmmakers, or you do something where you need to have electronics involved. I feel like some of you could be getting some kind of new toy to play with, all right, in the next 30 days. But this is Aquarian energy, and it says electric sleaze. This is from my deck, okay? So this is electric sleaze. So some of you are gonna be very pulled into another person, like a magnet in the next 30 days, and you may not even be able to understand why you know, you feel this towards this person. It could be just some of them are just real intriguing or mysterious, or you just like what they do is what I feel, okay? So there's some magnet energy for you in the next 30 days. And what that also means for me is the things that are coming next for you in the 30 days, pile number one, are like unavoidable. You will attract them, okay? So we will see here. We have the Chariot. Yeah. So you will get, you are going to, and the Chariot, I mentioned the car too, that for some of you, and look at her, she's washing a red car. It's like a maroon red car. So, and she's wearing like this red bandana. This is from my deck. Here it says, once this is done, I'm out of here. Determined, I won't back down. Plans to leave, eat my dust. Okay. So you may be drawn like a magnet away from something, pile number one. You may be planning to move or to leave or to just go someplace different. But with this magnet energy and the Chariot energy here, I don't see like anything really stopping you from what you're going after here. I think you're very determined. I don't think you're going to let anything stop you, okay? We could have a Cancer Aquarius vibe in this pile too. Okay, we have strength. There we go. There's Leo and there's Aquarius with Cancer in the middle here. But, you know, I mean, I don't think you guys are really going to be afraid in the face of any challenges that come up. You're very determined. You're not ready. You're not going to back down. This is very much strength energy too. It's like you're not backing down. You won't back down from a fight. You guys also have the black tourmaline stone, so you're very protected, pile number one. So right now is not the time to back down. In the next 30 days is not going to be the time to sit really still or back down. Some of you may be traveling, and I know with what's going on in the world, etc., that may not, you might be like, I'd love to go somewhere, but I can't. I'm stuck here, right? And so some of you may be feeling that, and you might be needing a lot of perseverance and strength to get through that. But I don't feel like you guys are going to be backing down anytime soon from either like your quest for your abundance or love. I don't feel any of you are backing down. It says, your smile illuminates my soul. It makes me feel whole. There is no part of me that your love cannot fill. From the first moment we met, I am forever grateful, and I count my blessings every day, beloved Jewel, okay? So someone here is very into you, right? And somebody here is pulled to you like a magnet, all right? But they could be worried that you're not going to stick around. With the Chariot here, you may have given them reason to think that you're not going to stick around. And so, you know, they may be feeling like, you know, it's just that you're just going to do whatever you want here. But this person is grateful for you. And I do see somebody in your life is grateful for you. And I feel like for some of you, it could be a friend as well. This person could be a friend and think that you're a jewel and a blessing in their life. And they don't want you to go anywhere is the vibe I'm getting, but they also know you need to go your own way. All right. So the butterfly. Yeah, here we go. Relationship is evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child and growth. So some of you are just determined, right? And it's whether you swing a big heavy hammer and just plow through things, or if you do things in a bit more of a subtle way here with the butterfly energy. But things are definitely changing, and it's because of your perseverance. It's because of your willingness to be uncomfortable and also to be brave, and moments that would really make other people kind of stand back and pull back, right? So your person is saying, your smile illuminates my soul. It makes me feel whole. Okay, so even when they are going through rough moments and they're not being the greatest, like you're able to hold your ground and you're able to be calm and be rational is what I'm seeing. Although, you know, nobody at the same time, I feel like pile number one, nobody better push you too hard this month, because I do in the next 30 days, because I see you, you know, breaking free from that with the butterfly and the chariot here, breaking free from that if somebody pushes you too far. Oh, look at that. Pile number one, butterfly and butterfly. My goodness, I have never seen that. You guys are really changing and transforming. And, you know, the butterfly takes flight, right? Like you never, and a lot of times you don't see it coming with the butterfly. You don't. You think that it's always going to be this togetherness and it's always going to be this attraction and this togetherness. But, you know, if you love something, you got to set it free, right? And you got to let it go find its own destiny and set it free. And some of you may be learning that lesson in the next 30 days. Black egg, right? So Spirit is telling you here to save. I feel like for some of you, like this is about abundance. This is going to be about spending wisely and making sure that you're thinking through all the outcomes. Don't blow your funds. Don't, if you need to buy new equipment or new gear or new like computer or something like that, just be sure you're making a wise investment. Really think it through. Think, do I really need this? Is this something that, you know, I for sure need? Do I need it exactly right now? Like Spirit is saying, you know, make sure you think of that and think through that, okay? Don't make any, because you have the chariot here, it's like, don't make any rash decisions. If something breaks down or something, don't go and, you know, spend all your money the next day. Really think that through. Okay, we have the 8 of Swords here. So look at this poor sap right here. You're like, once this is done, I'm out of here, right? Determined, I won't look back, plans to leave, eat my dust, right? And this person looks like they're crying because you left. They look like, you know, but some of them could be putting on a little bit of a show, pile number one, okay? Like they're crying and they're acting all sad about it, but then they got, you know, one eye open looking at you to see if the way that they're acting has impacted you or changed your mind about your future or what you'd like to do, right? Like they're like, oh, don't go, or don't make it, you know, for some of you, this could be with a job too. Like you're planning to make a graceful exit or a not so graceful exit from a job here as well. And, you know, I feel like a lot of people around you are like, don't go, don't go. But then they've got, you know, one eye open, seeing like how you're reacting, how you're doing it. And some people could be guilting you is also what I feel, pile number one, in the next 30 days. So watch out for that. Now, I don't think you're going to be, I think you'd much rather see a show of force from someone than deal with a bunch of guilt. Because at least if there is a show of force, you can, you know what's going on, right? But if somebody is guilting you or being real sappy with you or telling don't go, right? Then, you know, it gets really tiring on your energy is what I feel like. So just watch out for that. We have the 6 of Wands underneath the Strength card. So I feel like no matter what, like nobody can stop you guys, all right? And if it's a solo journey, it's a solo journey, right? With Black Egg too, I feel like it's like, you know, people can second guess you, pile number one. I love that you got the black egg with the black tourmaline. People can second guess you, but you're on a different path. You're on the path of spirit. They can, throw up, second guessing and all of that and guilting or whatever it is that they want to do. But at the end of the day, you're going to do what you want to do. All right. Because you are being drawn to a new phase of your life. Honestly, is what I feel, pile number one. You're being drawn to a new phase. The Queen. All right, the Moon card. And look at, it's a horse too. So, and the horse and the chariot, right? It's all coming together, right? And it has to do with the Moon card here. I am an empowered feminine leader, all right? And even if you're a man, you can have you can have a feminine side too. I'm seeing the letter K here, all right? And I'm also seeing a mouth opening up to speak here. So I do think a lot of you have been holding things in. It's important in the next 30 days that you get that out, okay? And don't hide your crown, right? Like, I understand, pile number one, that it's easy for you to kind of fit in, like, especially, like you can fit in with people around you and like make yourself seem lesser than you are. And I think maybe you've done that in the past, okay? But those days are coming to an end. Like, I don't see you doing that anymore. Don't hide who you are, okay? Don't hide your crown. I'm also seeing the initial E, so K or E here. It says, I'm an empowered feminine leader. Regal, right? That's the strength card. That's the Leo energy. Regal, courageous, prosperous, loyal, powerful, compassionate, intuitive, responsible, administrative, knowledgeable, and trustworthy, okay? So I do think your change that you're going through is very visible to other people as well, pile number one. I think what you're up leveling in your life, I think people are seeing that you are determined, you are standing your ground, and things are changing as a result of that. And I think in the next 30 days, you're going to continue that process, okay? You will be continuing that process. So don't let other people guilt you. It's like, keep your crown on. Don't let other people guilt you or make you feel bad. And if people are looking for a reaction from you, pile number one, this is not the time to give it, okay? This is not the time to go into some, shit fight or some kind of reaction. I think you just hold your head high, pile number one. That's all you do. You hold your head high. You just keep changing and reaching for more, okay? So let's go ahead and see what is happening in the next 30 days with regard to love for my pile number ones. What is happening with regard to love here, Spirit? Two of Pentacles. So I do think you guys are going to be, I'm drawn to the red boots here and the red hands. And I was talking about the color red in your reading. And I think that, you guys are going to be a hot ticket. All right. I'm seeing the number 8. So somebody here could have a birthday on the 8th or the month of August, but I am seeing you guys as a hot ticket in December, and I do think you're going to have two different choices. For some reason, though, I don't feel that you're really picking either one. I think that you're, it's like nothing's stopping you this month, right? So yes, you can entertain romantic options, and you may have more than one choice in December. But I also feel like, you're going to be off doing your own thing a lot, pile number one, in the month of December. I feel like you're going to be on and off. Like, you're going to entertain something, and then you're going to be like, no, I'm not in the mood to entertain that, right? With the moon here and the butterfly, like, things are going to be changing quickly. I do feel like your emotions are going to be shifting quickly. And like, in 1 minute, you're going to be like, today I feel like the city. Tomorrow I feel like the countryside. I do feel like you're going to be kind of switching it up a lot like that, like a Gemini would, just one day or the next. When you may be a Leo or a Gemini with Gemini or Leo placements here. Also feeling Aquarius energy in this pile too, and Cancer. But yeah, I think that you're just going to be like, one day you're like, I'm hot, I'm into this. And then the next day you're going to be like, I'm not into this. I'm not hot. I don't want to do this. This doesn't, seem comfortable, right? So we have 2 of Pentacles and 3 of Pentacles. So I like that because it's a steady progression of energy. And I do think, you can see like this for me is very positive for abundance as well, because I see At the beginning of the first 30 days, you're going to be juggling things monetarily, and it may be because you have that expense that I talked about earlier. But I see you're going to start saving and stacking your coin and saving up. And I think, you know, a lot of you are saving up because you think something is going to happen in 2021 where you need to have the funds in order to do that. So I think you're going to be very diligent about that. And I think you're going to be, you may feel like you want to spend, but ultimately, I don't think you're going to be reckless. Okay, pile number one, I don't. So we have the 8 of Wands here. Okay, so 3 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands. I mean, I think that you're going to have a lot of people wanting to, I think your energy is going to be like, okay, I'm a little bit back and forth. This day I want this. The next day I don't want that. In the meantime, I'm just going to save up and be practical in my own life here. But I think with the 8 of Wands, I think quite a few people are going to want your attention is what I feel. And you may have felt like your love life was a graveyard. I just got the word graveyard, like of old connections that were going nowhere, you know? And with the 8 of Wands here, I feel this energy of blasting off. And especially with the Chariot in your reading too, I think it's this energy of blasting off. So if your love life has been like a graveyard of ghosts and people that, you know, just I see things are changing there too. And I feel like in the next 30 days, you're going to start to see things shift with that. Okay. So let's go ahead and see 10 of Swords. Yeah. When I talk about a graveyard or things feeling like a graveyard, or gossip or people talking about you or feeling like other people were being influenced by, I mean, some people have not been watching their mouth around you. Pile number one is also what I feel like they haven't been, and somebody's gossip or mean-spiritedness may have been impacting you or others as well. And the problem is with people like that, you can kick the person out of your life, but sometimes their energy is still in your space, right? And it starts to affect other connections that you have with completely unrelated people, right? So don't let somebody, if you became disappointed or disillusioned with someone, 10 of Swords here, especially in the next 30 days, do not let that stop you, because you have the 8 of Wands here. So, you know, and you have the 3 of Pentacles. So I think you're going to be diligent. You're going to be creative. You're going to be careful with what you're doing. And you know that you're moving into a new phase. We have the butterfly twice here. But I think if somebody here has been hostile towards you or said things to you that actually have started to impact other connections that you've been in, or people were telling you things that weren't actually true and you found out about it, that's about to come to light in the next 30 days too, for some of you. And I just got the word family. So this could be with family stuff as well for some of you, okay? Or a person who's like a family member to you. 7 of Wands. Okay, so yeah, you're definitely on the defensive when it comes to this situation, and rightfully so. I think that you just have to keep, you know, you just want to make sure, pile number one, that this energy does not infiltrate any of your other connections and affect any other connections, because it really is an isolated event with this person. But unfortunately, their bullshit is filters into other things, and it may, you know, cause you, and if you're too defensive and you don't let others in, that's the other thing, pile number one, is I'm going to say, don't be so defensive in the next 30 days that you don't let anyone in, because things could really take off. And with the 3 of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands, some things could really take off in the next 30 days. So try not to let, you know, the past bad behavior, you know, if that person sucks, cut them off by all means, but it doesn't mean you have to every single person, okay, is what I'm saying. Pile number one, you have the black tourmaline. So that's what I'm feeling, okay? But let's go ahead and see love and abundance for the next 30 days. Love and abundance. Okay, we have the Prince of Cups. So I was like, but what about, I was just thinking about, what about a person for pile number one? So we could have a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer here coming in. But I feel like sometimes this person is a little confusing to you because they're not really communicating the clearest. It's like they have feelings for you and they are stepping forward here in the next 30 days. It's just that their communication is a little gobbledygook, and it's like, what are they trying to, what are they, you know, like, what is this person trying to say? Because I think you have to pay more attention to what they're doing at this point, pile number 2, because if you get really caught up on what they're saying, I think you're just going to go down the rabbit hole here. So I think be more focused on what this person is doing rather than saying, all right? So love in the next 30 days, Spirit. Queen of Cups. Okay, well, that's a very good sign. And again, we see this progression energy because we had the Two of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. Now we have the Prince of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So I love that because we're seeing a progression in the energy, all right, which I like to see. So I do think there could be some power dynamics that shift for you in the next 30 days in your connections with people where, you know, somebody here could have been skating on thin ice and not communicating to you very well. And then the next minute you turn around and this person is literally like, you know, on you and wants to be around you and wants to spend time with you, okay? And, you know, okay, fine, but it might be if they've been acting a fool or treating you poorly, then you might not be that into it, right? You might be, I strongly feel like your pile is more of an abundance pile for the next 30 days, pile number 1. Like, I feel it's very abundance related. But I do think that there is someone here you could be moving things forward with someone. And the power dynamic, I feel, is really going to shift here too. Yeah, we have the Lovers. Look at that. Okay, I love that. This is the sexiest Lovers card I have ever seen, you guys. Wow. Yeah, I feel like, you know, the masks are coming off, all right? They're coming off. For those of you that resonate with the name Cher, okay, or the initials C and R, I'm seeing the name Cher here, like C-H-E-R. And I'm also getting Riley, for those of you that have a Riley in your life, all right? But I feel like, you know, yeah, there is this focus on this person's actions more than what they're saying, because I'm not getting here. And I do feel like if they have done things like communication wise that you didn't appreciate, I feel like you're going to let them know. They're going to be sorry for that. And I do feel like there could be an eventual reunion here with this person, with the Lovers, because this is a really sexy Lovers card. This is like two sexy aliens. I'm also seeing Pi. P-I-E, pie, right? Okay. So maybe some of you are going to be having a lot of sweets or something coming up too. Like, don't overindulge, right? I don't know, pie, but don't overindulge, pile number 1, okay? Especially if you're with the Moon card here and all the emotional energy in this pile, be careful not to overindulge. And, oh, look at that. We have the Sun. Okay. So that's good because it is winter time in the Northern Hemisphere right now. And I know a lot of us are needing some sun therapy, particularly for those of you in this pile who have fire sign energy, or just all of us really. But I feel like your guides are trying to reach out to you right now. And one of their advices is don't do a million things, okay? Like, oftentimes you have your hands in so many different pots. Really try to focus and pull down our energy in the next 30 days. And I do feel like this black egg is up here in the corner of your card, and here it is here. So this information from your guides, I do feel like there's hidden information that you are needing to receive in the next 30 days from your guides. And it all depends on whether you can stay in one place for long enough, just for a minute, and stop doing 100 different things. So they want you to chill out a little bit and take it a little bit easy and try not to be so distracted. Try to live a little more simplistic, in a more simple way, so that your guides can get through the messages that they're trying to get through, okay? So there's no blockages there. But with the Lovers, the Queen of Cups, and the Sun, I think you guys are gonna have an excellent 30 days. I see good things for you, pile number 1. So let's go ahead and then move to pile number 2, and we will take it to the extended reading next, my pile number 1s, where we will ask, where do they see this going? What do they want to see more of in you? And what advice do your guides have regarding this connection with this Prince of Cups that we saw, or Aquarius that we saw earlier, okay? So thank you so much, my beautiful pile number 1s. And we're gonna go ahead and get into the energy of pile number 2. All right. Thank you, thank you. Okay, pile number 2s, let's get you going. All right, so for my beautiful pile number 2s, pile number 2, you chose the Selenite piece of raw selenite here. So this is just so cool. I love selenite. It's really good for clearing and cleansing. So welcome to your reading, pile number 2. Today's reading is called The Next 30 Days, Love and Abundance. And then after the reading, we will have a collective tea leaf reading over here. And we will go through what else I am seeing for the collective. You can click the description box below to go to the collective tea leaf reading. Beyond that, we will have an extended reading too, which you can go to Vimeo to check out my extended reading for this pile, where we will go into where do they see this going, what do they want to see more of in you, and what advice from your guides do you have in this connection, okay? So let's get into it. Spirits, angels, and guides, please fill me with the energy of pile number 2 so that I may become a channel and receive the information for my pile number 2s. Okay, so while I was channeling that, I was getting grapes, like purple grapes. So we will see where that came from, why you guys have purple grapes in your reading, but let's go ahead. I just got a message that some of you need to have like more salads, or you need more greens, you need more leafy greens, you need more, and you need to be more creative with what you're eating so that you can stay excited about what you're eating and you can eat healthier, right? And so I just got purple grapes for you guys, okay? So this is from my deck, Soul Messages. Let's see what you have. You guys got Digging on You, Dating to Impress, next 30 days, okay? So some of you may be wondering, you may be with a connection and you think, you know, this person used to really, you know, try to impress me when we would go out. Like they would really try to impress me. And now it's like, where did the fire go? Are they gonna impress me? Are they gonna want to take me out? Like, you know, I know there's not a lot of going out right now with coronavirus, and you know, coronavirus has really stripped the glamour from everything, right? But this, for me in my deck, this is the Knight of Cups, okay? So a suitor approaches, somebody who's digging on you and is dating to impress, okay? And I like this person's smile, I like their energy, and I also like that they seem respectful towards you. But for some of you, you may have been wondering, like, did this get boring already right away? Did we already settle into some type of couple energy? Like, where did that fire go? Or where did the original, like, va-va-voom go, right? So I do think for those of you that are wondering that with this, it's coming back, okay? And yeah, we have the Queen of Pentacles, right? So some of you may have settled into a routine with your person. And, you know, I think you still like your person. You're still very into them. I think that you are still very tempted. Also, I'm going to say pile number 2, I think some of you are still very tempted by some of those things that you know aren't really good for you or are naughty, right? Pile number 2, it might be certain choices you make with regard to food or your health, or to just getting up and moving and doing something, right? Because the Queen of Pentacles, love her to death, but she can be very set in her ways and not really wanting to get up and move, okay? So it's really important for you guys to work on your circulatory system, is just what I heard. You know, like you need to get up and move, and you know, and some of you may be feeling tempted. You may have a current connection, but you may be feeling tempted by another connection, all right? Tempted by the fruit of another, right? Pile number 2, let's go ahead and see. We only have 2 cards out. Your mysterious eyes make my blood pressure rise. Ooh la la, baby, 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 all right? What's that song, Baby, 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 from the 90s? Oh, TLC, baby, baby, baby. Okay, I think it is, right? Like some of you maybe need to listen to that song. I definitely feel like somebody's admiring you, and this certain person might have a big, you know what, pile number two. Like I do see that this person is packing, and if you're, if you're a guy watching this and you're looking for a girl, I mean, a girl can still be packing too in her own way, right? Big tits, big ass. Sorry, not to, not to rain, or they just might have very mysterious eyes. Not to rain on anybody's parade with my vile language there, pile number two, but you're very mysterious to someone. And if you have been dating someone, I think Spirit's coming through right here to say, your mystery is still keeping me going. I still want to talk to you. I still want to impress you. I still want to see you. Like, you work so much, pile number two. Don't let your responsibilities drag you down. I think your person wants you to be tempted by them. Like, try to get them to, your person's like, I want to try to get you to work less, okay? I feel like that's what your person is saying. Oh yeah, here's your person. Stop taking life so seriously. Achievements and possessions will pale into insignificance when your soul's journey goes back home to the light from which everything stems, okay? So your partner, I do feel like they may be talking to you about this, like, hey, we could have water and earth in this deck. We may have like Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I'm touching my ear. Anytime that happens, that your partner is saying to you, they need you to listen more. I mean, if you could just give them, like, for those of you that don't have a partner, I do see one coming in here that's going to try to impress you. And, they may come in a little like, what's the word? Like, they might be a little bit lewd when they come in, all right? But there's something about you that's deeply intriguing to them that they can't just ignore or walk away from, okay? Pile number two, that's what I'm getting. Not today, right? So with this card, your person wants you to have boundaries and wants you to have, better boundaries around you so that they want you to cut off communication with some people that are stressing you out, so you can just basically deal with them. And they know that you could be sick as shit too, like, with the Queen of Pentacles, again, love her, etc. But, there's not as much mystery with the Queen of Pentacles. And your person is wanting you to let go of some of these responsibilities to kind of get into your like more exotic and erotic energy. And they're wanting you to say, not today, right, to some of the things that may come up, and don't take things so seriously. Like, if people, come at you. Also, I feel like you could be, to get away from a partner or person here, I feel like some of you could be, either wanting to talk to someone or someone is wanting to talk to you. And you're like, I honestly feel like someone's trying to talk to you, pile number two, that it's like, and you're like, not today, like, listen to the dial tone, bitch, not today, right? Some of you are sassy in pile number two, okay? You're like, I'm not talking to you today, all right? Like, I don't have the reserves. I don't have the emotional fortitude. Get out of here with your shit, okay? So I do feel like some of you may be in that zone for the next 30 days. So just, and it might be best for you not to talk at that time. Well, look at this person. I do feel like there is a person here. Like, they've got their little lip out. I feel like they're pouting. They're like, notice me, baby. They're like swimming to you like this. And they're like pouting. They're like, stop working and notice me, right? Make out with me. But I also feel like your person's going to be emotionally intelligent here, pile number two. Like, whatever this energy is going to be emotionally intelligent with the whale. It's very nice energy. It's very calming, very sweet energy. You have a lot of compatibility with your person. If this is someone new that you just recently met, there is a lot of flow and compatibility here, okay? But there's a level of mystery that your person has not been able to kind of infiltrate, all right, is what I feel. Beaver, look at you, you busy beaver. The beaver with the Queen of Pentacles. You're so busy. You're so industrious, right? But you're also intrigued by the things that may, you know, cause your downfall is what I feel, pile number 2. So you're kind of like, what is that shiny object in my face? I would like to taste that, right? But with this beaver energy, it's like, okay, your person's saying, you don't have to be industrious and productive all the time. For God's sakes, just strip for me instead or something, right? Like your person is seeing your value. You don't have anything to prove, pile number 2. Okay, we have here the Chariot, right? So, oh, and look at this. Like your person's like, just relax, right? Like this girl's spread out over this, you know, like wheelbarrow. Isn't that the sexual position? The wheelbarrow. You know, but your person is looking underneath the hood like, hey, baby, what you got going on there? Like somebody wants to get in your pants. Somebody's trying to look at it. Somebody's trying to get a sniff, all right? Somebody here is a panty sniffer. Like somebody here is trying to see what you got going on. But they're like, you don't have to do any work. You can just lay there. I feel like your person is saying, you don't even have to like lay there like a dead fish if you want. Like I'm just trying to, you know, I'm just trying to get in it, right? Woo, pile number 2. Wow. Okay. So we have 5 of Swords here. So look at this, right? Like your person's like, you don't even, and you're like, but I'm so busy. And your person's like, you don't even need to take your clothes off. Just get over here and bounce on it, right? But I do feel like for you, pile number 2, like you, with abundance, you have the Queen of Pentacles here and the beaver. So you work hard, you work hard to get where you are, pile number 2. No one can take that away from you. I don't feel like your abundance is really going to change in the next 30 days. I think that you are abundant, and I think that you're just going to keep being abundant, right? I think you're almost overly abundant at times. I think sometimes you need to dial it back because you can get in a really cross mood with the 5 of Swords here and say things that you can't take back when you're overburdened, overstressed, and you're taking on too much, right? And so make sure you're not doing that. Yeah, you guys need some Venus in your life, okay? But probably without all the cakes and cookies and croissants and apple pies and apple tarts and whatever, right? Like you guys need, without 100 pots of coffee either, pile number 2, like maybe you don't have a sweet tooth, but you drink gallons and gallons of coffee every day to kind of keep up this routine that you have here with the Queen of Pentacles. But you know, nothing can cover it up when your soul is tired, right? Like you guys definitely need to feel inspired. I feel like you guys in the next 30 days need to find books and art and music that is satisfying to your soul, okay? You need to be immersed in that because otherwise life loses its luster, right? And there's also an intelligence to that too, isn't there, pile number 2? To really like reading and soaking things in and listening and taking things in that you haven't taken in before. It's very inspiring, all right? But not everything has to have a purpose, pile number 2. Like sometimes you should just enjoy it. So it says, I inspire and I am inspired. Intuitive, inspired, idealistic, creative, divinely connected, passionate, emotional, and sensitive, okay? So you may have not have been really, you might have been denying some of your sensitivities and instead projecting that on a person or wanting someone else to kind of open that up in you, but you are actually very sensitive, right? And so if you're working in a very high-paced or stressful atmosphere, you've got stress around you, you definitely want to try to, like, there's a need to try to escape that right now, okay? For the next 30 days, pile number 2 is what I'm feeling, right? So let's go ahead and see here. Let's go ahead and see for the next 30 days, Spirit. Oh, there's the star. Okay, you're a rising star, pile number 2. You don't have anything to worry about. You're divinely guided and cared for. You're protected. Okay, some of you could have had a baby recently is also what I'm getting, and you're in that phase where you're, you know, learning how to be a parent, or you're shedding the baby weight, or you're just, or if you're a guy, you're a new parent. Like some of you may be new parents here. I just have to say that. And you're doing great. You're doing great. Stop putting pressure on yourself, okay? You're going to get some relief for those of you that are constantly, you know, drugged down by responsibilities. I do feel like, you know, you're going to have some relief here soon. and it's going to be very inspirational. Okay, you're going to have relief and you're going to feel much more at peace. All right, is what I feel, pile number 2. Okay, for those of you that I just got lawyer too, so those of you that are having any dealings with any lawyers right now, or you are a lawyer or you know lawyers, I just heard lawyer up too, and I got chills when I said that. So some of you maybe with this not today card, maybe dealing with some kind of energy like that. And I just want to say here that things are going to work out just fine. They're going to work out beautifully, and you are protected, okay? You're resonating with the energies, with the angels, with the selenite, raw selenite here in the star card. And it's very beautiful. So don't worry, pile number 2, okay? So let's go ahead and see what else is coming through here for pile number 2. We have the moon. Yeah, I mean, damn, you guys are just in a very spiritual place in your life right now. And I do feel like sometimes you may get down or confused, and you may think that, you know, here things are so lit up and beautiful, and then here things with the moon become a little bit more confusing or disturbing. But you know what? You have to embrace the dark and the light, pile number 2. Like, you know, if you're a light worker or an intuitive and you work very hard, or you do some kind of spiritual work, it is a shadow work time. We are in a shadow work phase right now. And, you know, you can get as much done by the light of the moon as you can by the stars, all right? It's all together, the moon and the stars above, right? So what's that song? I swear with the moon and the stars above, I'll be there, right? So this can be about having the people with us that we need with us during the scariest moments, or the moments that are the most emotionally challenging or difficult, right? So I also want you to think about your support system too in the next 30 days, pile number 2. I swear by the moon and the stars above. For some of you, going up and just even looking at the night sky and connecting that way would be beautiful for you. You know what? And that could be the best date of your life too. If you were to meet someone like that, 10 of Pentacles just came out, that would take you on that type of a date, or would do that, you know, with this Knight of Pentacles digging on you energy. Wouldn't that be sexy? Wouldn't that be exciting, right? That would take you out of your productivity, pile number 2. Somebody shows up and knocks on your doorway and says, we're going to go look at the stars tonight together and drink tea and hang out, right? Like, you'd be like, hey, sign me up, right? Sign me up. So yeah, I do feel like it's important to get out of your routine and connect to the heavens, right? And don't get so overwhelmed with figuring everything out immediately. You have so much stability here with the 10 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Your abundance isn't going anywhere soon. Like, I mean that in a good way. You have abundance and it's not leaving you, okay? We have 7 of Swords. So I think some of you may get worried at times that things are going to be taken from you, or you're having to always look over your shoulder and you're like, who are these, you know, who are these dumb hoes talking about? Or who are these people that are on my tail, right? And you're wondering, like, do I always have to test people? Are people going to have my back? Or am I always going to, you know, and I feel like that's something that you may have asked yourself, and you may still have that running through you. But Spirit also just wants you to know that you are highly protected by the ancestors. The 10 of Pentacles for me is also an ancestors card, and you are highly protected, all right? And so you don't have to keep looking over your shoulder and trying to watch your back, because you're fine. Nobody can really touch you. You're fine, pile number 2, okay? You're more than fine, all right? So let's see what's happening in the next 30 days with regard to abundance. There it is, Queen of Pentacles. There she is, twice in your reading, pile number 2. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. If there's any part of you that doubts yourself, or feels like you just have to keep working like an animal half the time because you're afraid that something mysterious is going to come and take everything from you and you won't have what you need, guess what? No, it's not happening. You do not have to worry about that. And you're very good with the not today card here. I feel like you're becoming, in the next 30 days, you're going to become even better at pushing aside the things that no longer apply in your life. And you're going to be working on that self-doubt. Like, you are abundant, you are wonderful, you are hardworking, you have all of these things, right? It's just that sense of self-doubt. And You know, sometimes when you feel that self-doubt is when you have to go, and I get that all the time too, pile number 2. I can relate. As a creator, as a person who does what I do, I doubt myself too. I'll doubt my own intuition. I'll doubt what I'm up to, right? And you just can't live like that. You just got to keep putting one foot in front of the other with the Chariot here. Because, and you know that, I know you know that. I don't even have to lecture you on that, pile number 2. You know that, okay? But there is a lot of abundance here. That's why I said you don't even have to worry about your abundance. It's fine. It's already there, right? What you need, 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups, what you need is the people around you who love and support you to stand with you. And you need to take some vacations. You need to unplug. You need to relax. You need to get away. For those of you that are in the city, you need to get away from the city. For those of you that have children, you need to let your children kind of see you in a different mode, which isn't just work and survive and robot and go. I mean, don't get me wrong. You're good at what you do, pile number 2, I feel. But it's also this energy of needing to, you know, if you feel like you always have to watch your back or you're always worried about who's going to come for you, etc., it's like, just be happy, right? Happiness is the best revenge, okay? So there's a lot of happiness coming for you in the next 30 days with the 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles, and I think that you're going to have really good people around you, okay? Justice, yeah. If there's, and I was picking Judgments on the bottom of the deck, so I was picking that up earlier about court cases or lawyers or some kind of case happening. If it's not going all the way to the court, I do feel like there could be some matter. For those of you, it could be child support, it could be some legal thing, but I feel like in the next 30 days, and you could be worried about that. I am seeing that worry, and you could be feeling like you have to watch your back. But hey, Queen or King, don't worry, okay? Everything is gonna be just fine, and you are going to come out on top here, okay? And, you know, any doubt or any lingering fears are going to be pushed aside. And you guys have this radiant star quality here. So justice will be served, pile number 2. And don't doubt anything. Just keep sitting in your power. You know what you know. You figured things out here with the 7 of Swords and Justice. You have figured things out. You know where things lay. You know where things stand. You do not have to doubt yourself on any of these issues anymore, whether it comes to a family issue, an issue with work, an issue with a relationship. Like, justice is served in the next 30 days, and you are going to feel a sense of completion and relief as a result. Okay, pile number 2. So that's what I'm getting for you. And we are going to take it to the extended reading next, where we are going to go in to where do they see this going? What do they want more of from you in the connection? And what advice do I have from your guides, okay? I love doing the advice from guides in the extended readings, because that part for me is like the most fun, is connecting with your guides. That's what we could talk about your person till the end of time. What do they want? What do they need, right? But I really love it when your guides step in, particularly with a really like sassy message. I'm always like, yeah, go guides, right? Anyway, so thank you so much, pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and join me afterwards for the collective tea leaf reading, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. Pile number 3. My beautiful pile number 3s. Pile number 3, you chose the Smoky Quartz. Thank you for coming to your reading today. And today's reading is called Love and Abundance, the Next 30 Days. So we are going to take a look at that. We will also have an extended reading where we will go into where do they see this going, what do they want to see more of from you, and advice from your guides, okay? And then after this reading, we will have a collective tea leaf reading. You can click on the description box to go to that if you'd like to watch that as well, or it'll be just right after this reading, and we will go through some collective messages for the next 30 days, okay? So with that being said, let's go ahead and channel into the energy. All right. Spirits, angels, and guides, please help me connect to the energy of my beautiful pile number 3s, and let me channel through their next 30 days and the most beneficial messages for them regarding love and abundance, okay? So for some of you, I was getting the names John, Matthew, and Luke, okay? And those are names from the Bible. So maybe some of you are going to be around family that's religious, or you know, but those are names from the Bible. For those of you that are not going to be around family that's religious, I have 555 on my clock right now too. There may be challenges with that, you know, with religion or going to be around family with the holidays, or differences in values and opinions. And so, you know, I'm getting the message for you, pile number 3, to just hold your ground, to hold steady, and to just let the moment pass is also what I'm getting. For those of you that actually have a person, you know, John, Matthew, Luke, etc. If you actually have a child with that name, or you have a person with that name, take this times 100, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. We'll see what other feminine names I can get to, because that's a lot of guys' names here. Like, it's like, where, you know, divine feminine, show up, right? Like, show your face, girl. Okay, so let's get into it. Pile number 3. For the next 30 days, love and abundance. Let's see what you get. Ooh, you guys have the too cool for you, avoidant attachment, Queen of Swords, the who can care less game. This is from my deck, Soul Messages, okay? So you guys could be dealing with a very cool and steely Queen of Swords, but I also felt like this was me touching in on your energy, saying that you need to pull back, right? And you need to be a little bit too cool for certain situations, right? And let the moment pass and just stand back. And some of you may feel like outcasts at time, particularly around people that don't believe the same as you, that don't have the same views, etc. It may make you feel like an outcast at times. And I just want to say, you know, like, it's okay, and just let the moment pass, right? Just let it pass and just stay cool, stay rational, right? With the Queen of Swords in the next 30 days. And you could also be dealing with someone who is a very avoidant attachment, and somebody who is playing a who can care less game with you, but we will see, all right? We have overworked and underappreciated, love on hold. This is from my deck too. So, you know, you may feel that love is on hold for you right now, and it's not going to come in, and that you're just not appreciated, right? And you're feeling, or you may have people in your life that feel that way, but I definitely feel like there is some resistance to love here, pile number 3. And I don't know if that's with you or your person, but we will get into that. There may be things that you still need to work through here as well, like with your heart chakra, with working through your boundaries, right? Because if you've been overworked and underappreciated, you may be feeling resentful and bitter about that too, pile number 3, okay? Ace of Wands, I love that, because this is, you know, this energy to me too also feels like very like your vitality got sapped out of you, got sucked out of you. So I like that with the Ace of Wands coming back in here to reassure you in the next 30 days, you're going to feel like a new sense of vitality, right? But it's also up to you. Spirit gives us the opportunity. We have to be the ones to take action, particularly with the wands, right? We have to be the ones to actually reach out and grab it. And if you're playing any kind of game with someone where you're playing the who can care less game, and you're working too much and you're keeping your love life on hold, the Ace of Wands is here. Go for what you're passionate about, all right? Go for what you're passionate about, and don't hold back in the next 30 days. We have, you are loved more than you consciously know. Share your insecurities with the one you love. You will be surprised and reassured by their reaction. Love is all around you. Yeah, so with the Queen of Swords here, you may be feeling like, unless you're doing things for other people, they're not really going to love you, right? And that they're not really going to care for you. And here, this message is saying, you know, share your insecurities, right? Don't be too cool for school, right? Share your insecurities and say what you need, right? Because that is going to create this passionate new beginning with your person, okay? We have boat, reaching what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, and closure issues, all right? So as you're reaching for this new beginning, there are, in the next 30 days, closure issues that I feel could be coming up. And, you know, you're reaching for what you need here, but, you know, you're still working through the closure is what I'm seeing, pile number 3. stingray, right? So this talks that some of you may need to have some energetic healing. You may be a little bit off base or a little bit sideways, and some of you could stand to have some energetic healing, some distance Reiki. Seeing the number 4 and the initials BD, okay? B and D. So you or your person, first or last name. 4 could be the month of April. The Emperor is also number 4 in the tarot, but I feel like, or it could have a birthday on the 4th, but I definitely feel like you guys are needing to, like the Stingray and the Ace of Wands are showing me that you guys need to move on from a way of being in the next 30 days. And we have some powerful eclipses coming up. So some of you may have been realizing that you were working really hard for other people to appreciate and care for you, but they were playing games with you, or you were just doing things for other people so that you could have the upper hand, whatever it was, pile number 3. Like, you know, the next 30 days are going to be, we're having several eclipses, and I feel like these eclipses, we have one on November 30th and December 14th. We have a lunar, and then we have a solar. So these eclipses could be very important for you as far as getting closure to some of these old issues, is what I feel, pile number 3. Oh, look at this. Look at this. You go from, you know, stinging everyone to loving everyone. Look at that. The stingray and the otter, okay? So, and this is to me, this is your person. It said here, you are loved more than you consciously know. Share your insecurities with the one you love. You will be surprised and reassured. I feel like your person has open arms for you. Like they're looking at you very quizzically. You may have made your person sad, or you may be making your person sad in the next 30 days. And they're like, my arms are open to you. My short little arms are open to you. Just come and be in my arms, be in my energy. Like, you don't have to be this way, right? I feel like your person's like, I feel sad actually a little bit. Like, I feel like there's this energy of come closer to me. It's okay. You're not alone. I'm here for you. Don't hurt me either, right? Like, I'm getting this kind of vibe. All right, so we have the King of Cups. There we go. Look at that. He's plowing her and playing and fondling her titties, right? So the King of Cups, yeah, I do feel like you can, like your person is concerned about you, pile number 3, or a new connection coming in is not wanting to play games with you. They're wanting to be open to you, and they're wanting you to have fun and to make you feel good. Okay, they're wanting to be real sexual with you and share their, you know, it says here, share your insecurities, share your feelings, right? Like the King of Cups here wants to help take care of you and doesn't want you to just always feel like you're getting the short end of the stick here, literally. All right, we have 7 of Pentacles, right? So somebody's about to go to work on you, right? What's that song, that Rihanna song? Or what, you don't have to go to work. I don't know, is it Rihanna? I just keep getting that song. But there's a real sense here of just letting go. And, you know, I think your person really wants, you know, they really want a lot of intimacy with you. They really want, in the next 30 days, they're like, don't forget about me. I want intimacy with you. I want to see you on top of me with those titties bouncing. This isn't an 18 plus reading, so I'm just saying what I see here. But like, you know, your person is wanting you to lose yourself in the moment and to enjoy yourself more. They're wanting a new beginning because, you know what, this kind of too cool for you energy also like will kill this sex life with your person too, right? Like eventually over time it will. So there's this need to have healing in your connection, all right? And I haven't really tapped into your abundance yet. I feel like this for you, pile number 3, is a lot about, you know, love actually in the next 30 days, but we will get into your abundance too. You could be starting some new projects here and investing in some new ventures, and deciding to close out old ventures that were not working out. But we will get into your abundance. But I definitely feel like this is a lot about relationships and love, and also sex for you, pile number 3. So I feel like, you know, the next 30 days could be you also getting railed if you give the person enough leeway to come in and get you, to swoop in and get you. So you're a very sensitive soul, Pisces. Pisces number 3 is almost what I just called you. You're a very sensitive soul, Pisces. So maybe some of you are watching this are Pisces. And the reason maybe why I'm not getting so into money, etc., is because it says here, I am spiritually wealthy. So maybe it's more important to you to be spiritually wealthy and feel good about who you are and what you're doing in the world and what you're contributing to, rather than, kicking down the doors of corporate America and, basically, throwing yourself on the railroad tracks of capitalism. I feel like you guys are coming with a little bit different vibe here. It's much a different vibe than pile number 2, but I feel like you guys are, for you, it's more of a spiritual journey, and it's more about, reconciling the past and moving forward with K2 here, the mystic and K2. It says, I am spiritually wealthy, spiritually sensitive, unconventional, transcendent, intuitive, introverted, illuminated, artistic, with the artistic projects, ingenious, imaginative, innovative, revolutionary, rebellious, and mysterious. The rebellious energy is what I'm really feeling. This could be Pisces or an Aquarian vibe. Some of you may have Pisces or Aquarius placements in your chart. But I definitely feel this need to rebel, to not do what everybody else does, to, and some of you are just too cool for the person that you're with, right? Like some of you, I'm just getting this now. Some of you may actually be like, your person may not be quite as cool as you, right? So they need to just try a little harder, be a little more cool, right? But you can't play those games with one another, because if you really like each other, then everyone has insecurities, right? I actually said this to someone the other day. They were telling me about why they thought I wouldn't want to know them or be their friend. And I'm like, well, everyone has insecurities, right? Like, you're not, I'm glad you're telling me, but I'm also like, everyone does have insecurities. I do, everyone, right? So, like, we're all in this together. If you're present and you're with someone, King of Cups, even when you're busy and doing a lot of things, that says a lot, like people need to open up their eyes in a sense too, right? So we have rebellious and mysterious here. So you guys are coming through in the next 30 days as being very rebellious and mysterious. And you may start to think that, like, abundance and money and all that is important, but you may be thinking about, well, how could I actually change my situation so I could get by on less and actually still, live a comfortable life, but really honor my spirituality? And you may be in the next 30 days, especially with these 2 eclipses, kind of deep in that analysis, okay? You guys have Smoky Quartz here, so you're very grounded. You're very grounded in this. Now let's go ahead and see here for love, what is coming through for my pile number 3s for love. What is coming through, Spirit? 3 of Pentacles, right? So I think that you are like, what I'm getting here is I need a little more time, all right? I need a little more time to look at this situation, to study it, to think about it, to see what the other person is going to do, to see, what kind of moves they make. I think you're holding back your energy a little bit with regard to love. We saw that with the too cool for school, Queen of Swords. I love the Queen of Swords. I absolutely love her. So I'm not picking on that, especially for you Libras who identify with that energy. I'm not picking on that. I just think that you guys are in a very contemplative mood, and I think that, your person is coming through is feeling very sexual to you and wanting you to spend more time, but I also feel like you're very contemplative right now, and you're kind of waiting to see what happens, okay? I'm getting the number 11 and the word history, okay? So if somebody here is an Aquarius, and you've got history with someone, especially if they're younger than you, with the number 11, or maybe a birthday in the month of November, then take it times 1,000,000 here. But I definitely feel like you're more contemplative in the next 30 days. You're like, I don't see you making any super fast moves. But let's see what's coming through for love. The Emperor. Yeah, you guys are more about what's stable and what endures and what makes sense, and what it's Capricorn. Like with this, the Emperor is Aries, but this Emperor feels very Capricorn to me, okay? So I think you guys are kind of holding back your energy a little bit, and you're seeing how things go, and you're being a bit you know, you might be being a bit stingy when it comes to love, honestly. And you may kind of be shoring up your own resources and telling other people, worry about your damn self, right? With the Queen of Swords here. But, you know, you may be kind of just not really wanting to experience the influence of anyone else here. I do feel like your feelers are out there and your tentacles are out there, and there's a part of you that wants to explore what's out there, but I also feel that you're a little reserved on the love front in the next 30 days. 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, here we go. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. I think you guys are, you know, this is my, you know, singlehood is my choice card. In a way, it doesn't have to be about being single, but I also, even if you're with someone, I feel pile number 3, like you're just kind of in the next 30 days. I think you're into your own processes. Okay. You're into the projects, the passion projects that you're into your spirituality. You're into, you know, observing what others are doing. You're just creating your own foundation for yourself. And some of you, I think in the next 30 days are going to be very productive with the things that your projects you're working on and the things that you're into. And I think sometimes you feel a little wistful, like you're like, oh, well, it would be nice, you know, to kind of have someone or be closer or whatever. But I also feel like you're kind of just, it's kind of more of an idealistic thing rather than something that you're actively creating right now, okay? Like there is just this a little bit holding back of an energy here when it comes to love in the next 30 days. But love comes from many sources too. And I feel like with the 9 of Pentacles, you guys are really working through self-love here, okay? Oh, there's your Queen of Swords. Oh, there she is. Or he, if you're a guy watching this. They're too cool for you, right? Queen of Swords, the who can care less game. Look at her face, right? Nobody's fucking with that face. Pile number 3. Woo, yeah, the Emperor, the Queen of Swords. You're not really wanting to take anybody's shit, right? Like, you're kind of observing things, you're looking at things, you're looking at the things that people do and say, and some of you, it left a bad taste in your mouth, okay? And you're just like, I don't think so, you know, not in this lifetime, ho, right? Like, you're just not into it, and I think that, you know, you're not really in the next 30 days, you're not in a space to really like put your heart out on the line. I think you care more about what's right for you and what's important for you and the things that you want to invest in for you, okay? Some other people done and gone and pissed you off, pile number 3, is also what I feel. Now, do I think that you're going to be like immature and, you know, punch a bitch in the face or anything like that? No, I don't feel like you're going to do that. I think you're just going to be like, you know, the who could care less game. Like, really? You thought I cared about that? I don't. Watch me, you know, watch me work it, right? Like, watch me work it here because I don't really care, but you're not getting past my defenses. That's for sure, right? So I think some of you are very much, you know, boundaried that way, all right, when it comes to love. So with that said, let's go ahead and look at what's happening when it comes to abundance, right? For my pile number 3s. What's going to happen here with regard to abundance in the next 30 days? All right. Some of you may feel like your attempts to love are just met by like, you know, steeliness or coldness, or that other people aren't interested, or everything falls apart. And it's just because your spirit guides are like, it's not the right time right now. Okay. It's not that it won't ever be. It's just not, you have other things you need to do right now. Page of Cups. Yeah. So here you go, right? The Star, there you go. Now this is where the abundance part of things, this is where you guys are really connecting to source. You're really connecting to spirit. You're really having some impassioned, wonderful ideas, right? You guys may have some ideas in the next 30 days that like keep you up at night where you're just like, whoa, you know? But I think that you guys, spirit is definitely helping you guys in this area. They're helping you in the romantic area too by creating efficient model for you to live in so that you don't have to take anyone's shit, okay? But like the big thing here is that Spirit is wanting you to feel inspired, to feel creative, to try things that you've never tried before, to be as unique as you want to be in your own space, with independent of others, letting, you know, Spirit wants you to take this next 30 days as a time to really, you know, they have a movie called How to Train Your Dragon. This one is called How to Train Your Unicorn, and you're the unicorn, pile number 3, okay? So your guides and angels are like, this is your time right now to do your projects, to get your ideas, to come up with you know, to see the future, to basically be idealistic. Like, what life would you want for yourself if you literally didn't have, you know, anything else or anyone else to answer to? What type of life would you want to have? What type of life would you create for yourself? These are the type of open-ended, I feel like this is very open-ended and open to possibilities here, okay? The Empress, there we are, there we are. Now, I love that because this is what really grounds me into your reading, because I feel like, and you guys need some grounding here with the star here, but you have the Emperor and the Empress, right? And people always say, well, those are divine counterparts. Well, they are, right? They are. And I'm not saying that energy isn't there for you, pile number 3. I think it will be there for you. It's just that you are focused on your own healing, okay? You're focused on your children, yourself, your own healing, your businesses, your spiritual business, your healing businesses. You are focused on other things right now. And I love that you guys have the Empress, because it's like you are basically like, Spirit is treating you like a recipe and adding in everything you need, and then it's just going to burst forward, okay? And for some of you, this is going to be very easy. You may think you have to keep working 1,000 hours or constantly doing everything to make this happen. Yeah, the universe rewards hard work, and I'm always an advocate of that, pile number 3. But there is a level of serendipity here with the Star and the Empress that's coming through for you. You guys have a very powerful 30 days coming up, pile number 3. So do not squander it, okay? Especially on petty shit, like, you know, people that aren't paying attention to you, or you feel like they don't want you. Do not squander it, because you are going through a very strong time of manifestation, okay? You really are here. So let's see, for abundance, you guys have 2 pages. Look at this, okay? Yeah, don't get in your own way with the 10 of Swords here. Definitely stay open in dream time. Some of you could, there's some tinctures that you can take to help give you, like, you know, and I just bought one the other day, and if I like it, I will tell you guys more. But in dream time, to actually help you get intuitive hits and work with your ancestors and work with your guides. For me, the 10 of Swords is also about, you know, astral travel and working on the astral plane. So that's the hidden energy here, is how much work you guys are going to be doing in the astrals in the next 30 days. Now, there's a lot of new ideas coming to you, and you guys are wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, and there's also a really strong way of pulling it off. I think you guys are going to be you're going to be detailed and focused enough to pull this off, all right? So I love the inspired ideas, but I also love the Page of Swords here with the Empress, because I feel like she's a helper to the Empress, right? The Empress is creating and birthing some really new and exciting work that you may be working on, pile number 3, but you really need attention and focus to do that, right? And the Page of Swords is going to bring that in here. And you also need a level of determination and seriousness about what you're doing. And I definitely feel that energy is supporting the Empress. I'm seeing Taurus energy in this pile too. For those of you that are sun, moon, or rising, I do feel there's Taurus energy in this pile too, okay? So thank you so much, pile number 3. We are going to head on to for those of you that are working on writing projects or creating anything that involves words or speaking, yeah, that is with the Empress and the Page of Swords. I just have to tell you, it's coming. Your recognition's coming, okay? So next we will go to the extended reading. Where do they see this going? What do they want to see more of in you? And what advice from your guides? So for those of you that are still, working through a connection where the energy is who could care less and there's too cool for school and you want to work through that, we will be doing that on the extended reading. And for those of you that are just busy focusing on yourselves, this may be where we part ways, which I totally understand. But with that being said, I'd like to go into the collective tea leaf reading next for the next 30 days. It's the first time I've done this on camera. I do read tea leaves, but I've always done it in person. I've never really done it on camera. So we will see how that goes, pile number 3. That's me trying new things, right? Getting new ideas and trying new things. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for a collective tea leaf reading. If you enjoy the messages and you find that they resonate with you, please let me know in the comments. Also, reading tea leaves is a great way to work on your clairvoyance and to get pictures and images. I could probably get lost for an hour in a teacup and literally read that thing to hell and back. But we're just gonna go ahead and take a look at the energy. I drank this tea before I started this video, so it's just been turned upside down. I don't know what's in the cup, so we're gonna go ahead and reveal what's in the cup. Okay, so spirits, angels, and guides, please help me channel the reading of this tea leaf reading and connect me to the wisdom of the collective as we look at what is happening for the next 30 days. Okay, all right. So let us get into it. Okay, so I see the number 5 here for those of you. Now 5 can have to do with a challenge, and I did see that in a couple of the piles. I did see 5 and I saw 555 on the second reading. So for those of you that are connecting to that energy, just know that spirit is grounding you in that, and you don't have anything to worry about. If you have felt challenged recently or you felt that you weren't up to the task, I do feel like spirit is grounding you and is pulling you down. If there is any kind of arguments or any kind of, especially if you have been like quickly moving towards something that you shouldn't be and you know it, I feel like spirit is telling you to hold back a little bit in the next 30 days and don't become inflamed with any kind of a argument that would take you out of what your journey, where you're supposed to be going. Okay, for some of you, I'm seeing helpers. I'm definitely seeing helpers in the angelic realm, but I'm also seeing connections to Egypt, to a past life for some of you. And I think that, there could be somebody here who's trying, I'm seeing the initial A too, okay? There could be someone that's trying to show you something. I'm going to call you a pile, collective tea leaf reading, the collective. There could be someone that's trying to show you something, but you're walking too quickly towards something. So make sure in the next 30 days you slow down and you look at what's trying to be presented to you, because you could be operating on old premises and some of you just need to see the situation differently to get new ideas. Okay, I'm seeing the initials N and A, okay? Some of you may be in NA. I know that's a thing too. And I'm also seeing the initials WA, okay? And that's Washington State here, but it also could be initials, all right? I'm definitely seeing a spirit animal looking after you guys. I'm seeing a wolf standing on the edge of a cliff. And, you guys have several animal spirit guides coming through here. I also see a frog, which to me is about detoxing and letting go. Okay. And if you feel like you've had to be at the beck and call of others, or that you've had to basically kowtow to what others wanted here, I'm definitely seeing there's going to be a sharper side of you. And this relates, I saw in pile number 3, the Queen of Swords twice came up. There's going to be a sharper side of you that comes out in the next 30 days. And it's not, and I do feel like it's going to kind of like the sweetness of you is still there, but I do see a sharper, more discerning energy coming out. There definitely is a sharper, more discerning energy that is protecting you, okay? And I also see a cross here too. So as I mentioned in one of the piles, some of you may be meeting up with family or dealing with people that have different religious beliefs than you. And Spirit is just reminding me here, like, don't let this chaos, don't let this chaos come to your front door, basically, okay? Like, just stay above it, right? Stay above it and stay focused, and know that what's feeding you right now is correct and is right, is what I feel, okay? Oh, and look at this. I see a little girl here, like looking up, and it looks like she dropped something, okay? So for those of you that have a child, I do think for some of you, your child wants more attention from you and they get sad. Like, this is drawing on pile number 2. If you're working a lot and you haven't had a lot of time for one of your kiddos recently and you're wanting to reconnect, I feel like the next 30 days is a wonderful time to reconnect on that, okay? I'm also seeing a graduation hat here too, and I feel like Spirit is saying, this is for my, it could be for all piles, right? That basically, you're graduating right now and you're going to be rewarded with new information, new insight. I pulled the Ace of Wands in one of the reading, and I do feel like it's because you have pushed so long and so hard here in the collective that you're being rewarded with new information. Okay. Let's see, what else am I getting? Let's see, what else can I get here for the collective Spirit? What else can I get? There's definitely, I see a musical instrument here, like a guitar. And I mentioned that in pile number 1, like somebody buying new equipment or getting new technological things. I am seeing that here. I'm seeing the number 57, and I'm seeing a 7 too. So those of you that are born in July, or Cancers I mentioned earlier, some of you may be watching too much TV or having your screens too close to your face, and it really is affecting your eyes and the health of your eyes. And I think you guys need to back up from the screens a little bit here. Spirit is trying to get your attention, but some of you get very plugged into technology and it just kind of like overwhelms your mind. And Spirit is trying to get your attention here and is saying, they're about ready to shove something up your butt if you don't turn around and pay attention, is what I'm getting. Like, when I look at this, I can see like there is something being very closely held to your face, okay? Some of you watch your necks too, that your necks, you may have like a kink in your neck, or you may, feel like you slept wrong, or you have a kink in your neck. And I'm just seeing here, like some of you, it's the position that you're looking at your computer screen. So you need to be a little bit more careful with that. Okay, and I'm seeing Aquarius energy in this cup as well. I just wanted to acknowledge that. I see the water bearer, and I also see a mermaid in here, okay? So I do think in the next 30 days, there's a lot of opportunities for emotional healing as well, okay? So I hope that that resonated with you, beautiful people, and do let me know if, I keep seeing that number 7 too, and it's the number 7, and 7s are very lucky, okay? So I see it right on top of the 5. So after you go through a very challenging period here, it's like your luck turns around, okay? And think of that as happening in the next 30 days because it's gonna help you move through this. And again, Spirit is reminding me to tell you, keep watching for the signs and pay attention, right? There's a big message here about Spirit wanting you all to pay attention to some of the signs and synchronicities that they're trying to bring to you in the next 30 days, okay? Like, pick your head up, go for a walk outside, and don't remain glued to the TV or your computers or etc. because it's important for you guys to keep your third eye clear, okay? So that's what I'm getting for you on the collective tea leaf reading. I hope that that was I hope that that was beneficial for you guys, and I hope that that helped. So please let me know if that resonated, and I will see you all again next time. Take care. Thank you so much.